Okay, yeah. Is my mic working? It looks like it's working. I don't know how long it was on the black screen. My bad, you all. I was sitting up here enjoying my drink and got a little too down to the bottom of the cup and totally forgot that I had to click over and switch. So, how are you all today? Good morning, good evening, good night. As you can see today, we have an interesting one on hand. This has been a requested reading as well, if I didn't mention that. Um, so when I seen the name, I was like, who is Kim Taehyung? I know him. I know him as V, from BTS. I'm not a big BTS stan, if anything at all. You know, I'm not on the BTS wagon, so I'm not informed on this group at all. So you all will be informing me because you probably know more than I do, because I do not. But again, this is a requested one, so I figured why not do it. Um, so I'm gonna pretty much keep it as like a energy reading essentially, and see what I get, and then I'm going to go from there. Hi, baby. I don't know if you all hear my dog again, but he loves to appear. Oh, come on. There you go. There you go. He loves to appear just as I'm getting ready to do something. So that's a jealous doggy for you. But yes, if you are joining in later in the live, just know if you do have any questions or you have any interests or something you may think would be beneficial to ask, go ahead and drop it in the chat. I will try to get to them as fast and as best as I can, but no promises. It depends on you know, how many questions I get or if there's time, because I don't want to be here like you all, but I don't want to be here all night. I have other things I have to catch up on as well. So, let's see here. Make sure my chat is up so I can see them, because ain't no point in you dropping something in the chat if I don't see it. I'm sorry, this watermelon tea is so delicious. Okay, so I'm going to shuffle these cards, and again, I'm just going to go in with first just like an energy reading and see what I pick up on with him, and then we're going to go from there if there's something that comes up or if there is a good question that pops up in the chat. I think it's a good question. Because again, some of these questions may be stuff some people know, but they are such a big group. And then somebody corrects me if I'm wrong. I thought they were back together. Yes, aren't they back together? Are they supposed to be coming out soon? Like they did their military service or whatever, and all of them are back together now. Correct me if I'm wrong. And the other thing, because sadly, my mom is a BTS fan. Yes, I said that. Sadly, she is a BTS fan, and I think she was telling me this is the one that's V is the one that he lost his grandmother, so he went through like a depressive phase or something like that for a minute. So I don't. Restream is acting really weird. I don't know why that's happening because it's showing real stable on my end. Okay. So what I was saying was there may be certain things that I pick up on or intuitive messages I may be receiving that the general public already know, or those who are BCS fans know. I'm not apologizing for that. What I get is what I get, and I'm just gonna give you intuitively whatever that comes up for me. So if there's something that I pick up on, it's like, oh, we already knew that. That is why you are in a tarot reading. I'm not somebody who follows these people. I'm not like a blog or something like that. So I'm not keeping up to date on every little thing that goes on with these members. And you know, it's so many music genres and groups and stuff like that. Like, I'm not keeping up with all of that. I have a life outside of the internet. So please be kind. Okay, first. I'm just saying that because I hear some BTS fans, it's kind of like the Beehive or the Barbs. So I just want to make sure we're on the same page here. You understand where I'm coming from. The second thing I want to say is that tarot is not the end all be all. It should not be used as something for legal, financial, or medical reasons. If you choose to take any of the advice or anything that I say here and you believe it 100%, that's on you. If you choose to not believe anything I'm saying, fine. You're here for good kiki and a good laugh or whatever, because this is alleged for entertainment purposes only. So I do encourage you all to exercise your own powers of discernment as I go through this reading. Okay. So now that I have those things out of the way, again, I'm going to tap in and see for the energy reading, energy portion of this, what's coming up for V or Kim Taehyung. Still a lot of cards popping out here. I know restream is about to get on my effing nerve, but this is doing that. Here. Okay, and this things not quite being what you want them to be when it comes to like your materials. So maybe like needing some time or someone helping you work through things. Maybe a sense of like maybe something with like therapy or something. Um um what else is coming on with this? But yeah, I think of like partnerships, collaboration, some kind of contracts. Some people probably take it as a negative connotation, but it just means like he probably has a very divine feminine side to him. I don't know what his astrology is. I don't know if he's like a Pisces, a Cancer or a Scorpio, but that's oftentimes what the cups or the water cards deal with. Is coming up. Underneath the underlying energies here, I have the Hanged Man. So looking at something from a different perspective or a different perspective needed, or a perspective shift needed in some sense, that's coming up here. Then I also have the Son of Swords. This makes me think of always, I just think of like teenager energy. Like you feel like you're rushing to adulthood or you're rushing into something without fully thinking it through. Like you think you have everything you need, you have all the knowledge or whatever at your hand or at your disposal. You have, all the vibrancy of life behind you, but it's kind of like, hold on, take the wind out your sails a little bit. You kind of running into this a bit fast. And then we have the Ace of Coins here coming up in reverse. So I don't know if this is a thing, because usually with the coming up in reverse, this is usually something where it's saying like, or alluding to things that is stagnant, or things that are like maybe like yeah, stagnant, or things that are like stopping or halting in a sense. So I don't know if this is something with like opportunities off the table, or there was an opportunity on the table that is now taking some time to come through. Again, coins is sometimes dealing with material resources, so not just money. I think of again, time is a valuable material resource that you can just like never get back. So I think of stuff like that. Could be dealing with like materials, like actual materials. Like, I don't know if you, like, say for example, if you were somebody who was a seamstress, you know, you need yarn and stuff like that. You need needles and all of that. So, but this is coming up reverse. So that means that it's something that's either not coming, or something that's, it's a little slower to come in a sense. Let's see what else is coming up here for Kim Taehyung. Let me do this one. Let me do this one. And this, I already had one card try to roll off into my lap. I'm gonna see what it is in just a second. I had to hold it. Okay, what is this one? Something in September. I don't know if that's important for him or for anybody. Is he like a Scorpio? That's September, no, what is it, September, November? Or if they probably plan on releasing something in September, or there's an opportunity coming out in September. Maybe there's a project launch or something in September. But let's see if this, what we get here. There's some additional cards we're gonna get here. Okay, happiness. Oh, what was it that flew off to the side? So I have the desk. Pay attention to your work. Makes sense with that 3 of coins there. Discord amongst friends or family. That would explain that 10 of cups there. I think it's so obvious. I think there is still some emotions or things like that he is dealing with the loss of his grandmother. If this is the correct person I'm talking about here. If not, it's something currently happening or coming up in the future about something, I would say, upsetting or startling happening within the family. Then we also have Perry. What else is coming up here? What else am I getting here for? Is this friend a woman? Is a person who's going to reveal the secrets a woman? Because when I also see the book here, I don't know, this making me refer back to that the Knight of Swords energy, like you kind of rushing along into something or rushing headfirst into something, but you don't have all of the information in hand before you just go running out there. That's what I think of with like this book, based on the energy of a certain person, maybe in his group even. So I don't want to get hung up on just kind of with the gender. The energy hasn't, his energy maybe hasn't quite led him there yet, the way, you know, in the current situation that he's in. Um, Lily's here. Okay, this is usually speaking to like some kind of message. It can sometimes speak to like a birth, or you know, some kind of delivery or something coming in, some kind of package news message or something like that coming in as well. And then we also have the boy here coming up to birth, something from his childhood. So maybe if that's something that's gonna come up, something about his family or his childhood is gonna come up, maybe that he would have preferred to keep to the side, or maybe it's going to come up again or be revisited or something. Yeah, because he also has an underlying thing. It's something sneaky. It's somebody like sneaky around him, somebody he probably need to watch. And if it's not somebody close to him, it's somebody who's probably like grown up with him. Okay, let's see here. What else we're gonna get here? Maybe let's look into kind of like, oh, see. I feel like I'm picking up something on like some kind of I want to exit strategy of some sort. I want to be in a different space, a different place. Um, maybe like a change of my environment in a sense is something that I feel like that's coming up here with the Three of Staves. But of course, with it coming up in reverse to me, it feels like that's either something that's slowly happening, or isn't going to change anytime soon, at least in this current energy. So when I see the Three of Staves here, it's kind of like planning or in, so you don't have to worry about things later. Put in the hard work now. I also feel like maybe a little escapism is coming with this too, with the Eight of Coins is coming up. So the Seven of Staves to me usually feels like the it's kind of like my gossip card. I'm trying to sit above some things, but maybe for some reason, this makes me feel like maybe he's spending too much time on social media. I wouldn't think that would be a thing, but again, I don't know these people, but the Seven of Steps make me feel like maybe he's spending too much time on social media to like what they call it, like I'm not doom scrolling in a sense, but I'm just kind of doing it too much time on social media to like what they call it, like I'm not doom scrolling in a sense, but at the time, or again to keep myself from thinking about certain things or something, or looking for something on social media to kind of like satisfy me in some sense. The underlying cards here, we do still have the Five of Cups. I mean, it's understandable if he is obviously dealing with some kind of grief or grievances or whatnot here, and kind of like again ignoring the things in front of him that makes him happy, or the good things that's going on in life maybe. We do also have the Two of Swords here, also coming up in reverse. Some kind of mental constraint coming on here. There's also a tough decision, or maybe decision fatigue happening here with the Two of Swords popping up here. And then it's also the Two of Cups. Star of Hopes here. I wonder if you're gonna hear, maybe he's gonna, I don't know what he did previously or what he's done previously with the group, but I wonder if you will see more of him but in a different light. I don't know if maybe he's gonna help write some of the more, I don't want to say, I'll say like the more sadder or slower songs maybe that they come up with here. I think maybe he's gonna have more of a say so on those, because it's kind of like the space or the energy he's in, and again, just working from where he is in life to get to where he wants to be. Because the star to me always speaks of like hope. They can speak to maybe some kind of navigation or direction that he wants to take, a new direction he wants to go in. Sometimes the star, because I think of like with tarot, sometimes the star can also speak to things of like, this isn't coming up in reverse, but sometimes it can also deal with things of like a depressive mental state as well. So just want to allude all of that there. But we also have the Path card here. Not see, there's something here with like I quite haven't settled on which direction or what I want to do. If maybe he even still want to be a part of BTS, or if he want to step away from it for a little bit, or if he wants to I don't know, maybe step away from something with his family, step into a new place, something with the Path card here. Ooh, ooh. I will say he definitely has somebody he needs to keep an eye out for. It's snake in the grass. You need to cut your grass. There's something of some kind of concern here. A note was also on here. But you know, when I see the boat, I see sailing, I think but you know, when I see the boat, I see sailing, I think of travel over water, some far distance travel at that. Something with bed. Even or maybe you're gonna see more of like a bad boy image or something from him. I don't know if that's like his image currently or that's something that he doesn't have, but it kind of makes me feel like he is going to kind of be probably stepping out in a different, you're going to see him in a different light this go around. Maybe even something that's going to make some fans disappointed, and some are going to be like, oh, this is different. See, news is on the way. There's something coming in for him too. On the horizon for him in some sense. We also have Claw. Be careful. Do not take risks. He is being warned. Somebody sent him this video. He is being warned about something. Or at least somebody is trying to warn him about something. Dealings or a relationship with a man. I feel like there's probably a friendship here that he should not be getting involved in at all. Hone in at the moment on something, and then he's back to being all over the place. It's two big things that's coming up for him. If like he was to see this video, it would be like you need to be careful and mindful of someone or some peoples that are or people that are around you at this time, because maybe somebody is trying to prey on your vulnerability or your niceness or whatever this case may be that you're in right now, or the fact that you're kind of like scatterbrained all over the place. And then the other thing would be that you need to take some time on some decision that you're making, that you may be making in a what they call it, like in haste. You're just making this in a rush. You're making this decision without actually taking time to consider and think things through. Yes, that would be the case here. Okay, let's see what's coming up for him in the future. Hopefully I'm not going to keep getting the same messaging for him, but hey, if that's what has to keep coming through, hopefully he sees it and he gets the message that he needs. And if it's not for me, hopefully he gets it from somebody else. Because I definitely think there's a message here warning him about something. Now I'm hearing that song. What is her and what's his name? I forget the son's name, but it'd be like, slow down. I just wanna love you. Like that's kind of like the song that's coming about right now. Let's see what else. Shuffle one more time. Let's see what's coming up for the future for him. Again, I wonder is there going to be some kind of future romantic thing coming up here. He has the Three of Cups. There's also the star, again, is going back to kind of like that hope, that wishfulness, that kind of direction, guidance. There's also something coming up here. I wonder if he's probably talking to a therapist, because I feel like this is the second time it's kind of come up for me. I don't know if he's talking to somebody, um, or if he's not talking to a therapist, maybe it's somebody close to him that he's probably talking to or leaning on. And I still want to say be careful. Why I feel like be careful about that, but um yeah, the Three of Cups is usually talking to like there could be I think of threes of crowd. I think of like fruitful relationships, friendships, things like that. It could speak to, some kind of romantic dealings on the horizon here. Maybe you're playing the field a little bit, the with the Three of Cups and the Star card here. I feel like I had to switch something around here. Not getting the card. Okay. Intuition, trust. With the High Priestess appearing here. And notice how, I don't know what this other card is. Oop. Yeah. It's something coming up with some personal relationship of his. Sorry, not sorry. It's something coming up on the horizon with a personal relationship of his. And I think it's I feel like it's somebody he feel like he can really let his guard down around, or at least recently has let his guard down around, and been very vulnerable and open with them in some sense, because we have the High Priestess, which is like trust and intuition. Even though it's coming up in the upright, with this going straight into kind of like the Tower card, it makes me nervous. And notice the colors that's coming up in this. You have the red popping out, but mostly it's like the dark blues and the purples. So it very emotional. It kind of feels like um low energy, low vibe kind of thing. It's not a very high vibrating emotion. It's kind of like that low, subtle emotional instability or whatnot that's coming up here for me. And again, it kind of seems like it's you have flickers of this, just kind of, I'm just gonna act on things. I'm just gonna do something for the sake of it. They can make him feel or think that, hey, this is reciprocal, that this is something that I'm getting fulfilled in this relationship as well, but it may not be all that it's appeared to be, or all that it's cracked up to be. Oh wait, let me get this deck, because I need more information. I mean, just look at those cards. Well, let me get my Vienna White on. Ooh, I was thinking about this Three of Cups. Ooh, I was thinking about the Three of Cups. The coffin here. I mean, what do you think the coffin alludes to? Things ending or something. Okay, I keep getting two cards. These two popped out. Look, that woman is coming up again. It's something, again, if it's not an actual woman, it's somebody who has like a feminine energy about them in some sense, which would make sense if this is somebody who is kind of like feeding off of, this time I was thinking of the High Priestess. However, in the Lenormand, I try to tell people this every time. When it comes to the Lenormand, it's kind of something like how this time I was thinking of the High Priestess. However, in the Lenormand, I try to tell people this every time. When it comes to the Lenormand, it's kind of something like how I apply the Hierophant in tarot, or how oftentimes people apply the Hierophant, and, when you do business, or how the government is ran. It's like those things. I kind of think of that. But with the priestess, High Priestess being here, I'm not sure what that could be dealing with. Trust, intuition, and government, kind of like those government or cultural structures here. And then I have two cards, and I don't know if you've seen that. Know what comes up with the Tower card. That fox again, that sneakiness, that underhanded behavior. Like, he's popping up here, and then you have the fox as well with the sneaky, underhanded behavior on top of the Tower. Underlying energies is the dogs, dealing with a friend, somebody you're close to. Here we go again with something religious, faith, hope, some kind of belief here as well. And then look what else comes up, the incense. Something, again, and the incense has come out second time in reverse here. So there is maybe somebody around you that's maybe not the best. I'm not going to say the best person, because I don't want to paint this person out to be like a absolute evildoer, but maybe they're just not the best influence for him at this point in time in his life, when he is a little emotionally unstable, out of balance, however you want to put it. Like, it feels like maybe you need to take some time to kind of get back in the right mind before you can deal with the energy I would say this is feeling like or alluding to. Okay, that rolled off the table. I don't know. The amount of towers that tower. Do I have another tower card coming out? Do I have another tower card coming out? The amount of towers is coming out here. Solid foundation, success with effort. And they pretty much all mean different things. Bell, announcement. Again, that's something else that keeps coming through too. Some kind of messaging, some kind of announcement, some kind of information that may be getting leaked in some sense, or or a message or some kind of note or something like that that may be coming to him. This one is the diamond, and this is speaking to you will be receiving or giving a precious gift. So, yeah. This one is the diamond, and this is speaking to you will be receiving or giving a precious. Talking about a marriage will take place, either romantic or business. Okay, so it could be business. So put your hands back in your pocket. Don't one of y'all can warn him if y'all in the army or whatever. Is that what they call the BTS? They call him. One of y'all can warn him if y'all in the army or whatever. Is that what they call the BTS? They call him the army. If one of y'all is in the army and can warn him and get through. If y'all the president of his fan club or something, maybe you can relay the message, and he would say this alluding to something that's currently going on. Because again, I'm not in South Korea either, so if there's something going on or there's little rumblings underneath, some things that's going on, some rumors is spouting up, share them.